I'll let Taran Kootenhayoo introduce himself. Please give a warm welcome to Taran Kootenhayoo.
Afawashta, Dugukua, Taran Kootenhayoo, Thuwe Choktue, Holtsi, Dennis Onslina Hesli, Amanetsu, Masicho, Ishnish Maskuyam, Ishnish Squamish, Ishnish Swelatuth. Said, welcome all my relations in my Stony Nakota language, and in my Dene Sonflina, I said my name is Taran Kootenhayoo, and I'm Dene Sonflina from Cold Lake. I said, Masicho, Ishnish. Masicho is Dene, Ishnish is Stony Nakota. They're both thank you to Musqueam, Squamish, and Swelatuth. I don't know how to say this is stolen land in my language yet, but I'll learn that soon. Yeah, so it's an honor to be here. Gotta learn that real good. But then at the end of it, I asked you all for some money. I usually use that one on my grandma. I go, Tetsune, Ambanetsu. Nah, how much? I don't know, like 20 bucks. Just for like lunch and then some. Fine. She gives me $20, and my cousins are like, what the hell? How come she gave you money and not us? I'm like, wow, I guess it pays to learn your language. That's a cheesy joke. Love it though. But yeah, it's a pleasure to be here at Scotia's Lodge. Love it. Been living here for a minute. So yeah, here's some poems. I stand in solidarity is my Wi-Fi password. American Indian Movement is my network. I'm an Indian surrounded by ones and zeros. If you ask North America what my net worth is, you would find it beside the 1, 0. My motherboard is Mother Nature, and my hard drive is the great mystery. My processor is my spirit, and my primary storage devices can be found within the land. My input is the water in which I drink, and the output is the stories in which I share. The metadata needed to articulate my metaphysical existence can be found within the womb of my mother. The interconnectedness we experience thanks to the internet has existed since time immemorial. My roots dig deep like trees beneath the soil, deeper than a life dependent on oil. Thanks to my ancestors' tightly woven webs of the indigenous internet, I cannot be divided from self. So, good luck trying to hack my firewall. Yeah, thanks. Problems, post trying to control things that I can't control. What I'm trying to say is that I'm over it. Don't at me with your colonial insecurities, I'll leave you on red. While your white supremacist friends are trying to reconcile their weird sadistic past, I'll be laughing with my friends about the ridiculous things that your friends just said on Facebook. Highlighting the bigotry, poking fun at the idiocracy, shining light on the fragility, closing my browser and going outside instead. Floating in water, drifting further and further away from white noise that tries to evade my mind. I'm on permanent staycation. If you want answers to your questions, ask Siri. I'm on staycation. Actually, I'll tell you one thing. The things in which the indigenous women said are true. Don't second guess, talk over, ask for proof. They're true. Believe it, breathe it, give space, and come to agreement that you don't know everything. Don't at me. Show. Ish. Yeah. I've been doing poetry since I was like 18. Just turned 25. I'm a Virgo. Woo. Any Virgos out there? Hey. Nice. Hey. You probably have a tidy apartment. I can't help it. Yeah, so the only thing I fear in this world is the day the eagles die. When I gaze into the sky with eagles soaring high, I then know that there is still hope for another chance of serenity. A feather floating so slowly, so lightly, it catches in my dream catcher, letting me know that only my fears are the real enemy. Oil spilling my health away, eagles give me strength in the morning to know that today will bring me more than another dollar bill to help cover up an ocean of spilled problems that are bigger than me. The day the eagles die, grass dancers will clear the fields as traditional dancers wave goodbye. The drummers will beat and sing in synchronistical form. At least we tried. I don't know more, we stood side by side, over crisis, Bill C-45. At least we tried. Chin up, we'll say. Don't look so down. When ancestors pass away, northern lights dance in the sky, knowing it's not really goodbye, they've just passed over to the other side. The day the eagles die, I'll set my dream catcher aside. But until this day arrives, I'll stand with you side by side over crisis, Bill C-45. Keep your chin up and fly. That eagle feather that caressed you, Creator has blessed you with pride. It ain't over till it's over. Look around you. Pick a four-leaf clover. Whatever it takes for you to come closer to your family and friends, this ain't the end until the last eagle finally ascends. All my relations. It was quite the experience writing it. I remember I was sitting on a rooftop. I was living on Cap Res at the time. It was a beautiful day. You could see the mountains and almost the water. There's too many trees in the way. But I was just talking to a friend, and I was upset about all this, Monsanto that, oil spill here, and I was just getting kind of stressed out on this really beautiful day. And then I looked to the right, and yeah, I just saw a couple eagles circling way in the distance. But oh man, the day the eagles die, that's when I'll really, I don't know what the hell happened that day, but it'll suck. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So yeah, that's why I wrote that poem. And then somebody asked me if I wanted to do a beat. He does a beat drum thing on walls. He's I want to do this thing, and if you can write something. I was okay, sure. So I'm at work. I finish. It's 11 p.m. I go up onto the second floor patio. It's all the lights are off, but they're it's a patio by the beach, so I can just hear the water. And I just pull my laptop. It's just this little screen. And as I'm writing it, I just start crying, as I'm saying these words. I'm just damn. It's really powerful poetry when it comes from the heart. That was the first ever spoken word poem I created. So it's always an honor to be able to share it and to give it its justice. So thanks for listening. This poem's a little funnier. It's a comedy about racism. Because it's funny, right? Racism. Yeah, I don't know. I just like to take things, to say them as they are, but to not hit anybody over the head too much anyways. I think we should all work together on this to get a place that we feel comfortable in, and we need to live in the ugly stuff. So, yeah, I was talking with some friends. It's have you guys ever thought about if you could have one superpower, what would it be? Yeah, what are some superpowers you guys would want?
I'd love to be invisible.
Invisible?
Oh yeah.
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 That'd be sick.
Invisibility is like...
Yeah.
Eat snacks, not get fat.
Eat snacks, not infinite food bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be sitting in the back eating all the organic.
I mean, we can see me because I just creeping around the corner, invisible, watching you.
Floating panic. Yeah. Well, I thought about it and I was oh, you know what'd be great? I'd love to have white privilege on command. Yeah, but not all the damn time, because that shit doesn't work everywhere. Just times when I need it the most, Like when I'm running for the bus, because I'm late for something, I got caught up with something, and it's about to leave, but then I turn into a Becky and it waits for just a half moment. And I know what you're thinking, okay buddy, not all bus drivers are the same. You can't just generalize bus drivers that way. They might not give a shit if you're red, white, black, or yellow. Well, I hear you, and I understand. But when I witness the difference at being talked at that versus the white dude being talked to by security guards at London Drugs, it's kind of a terrible feeling you couldn't really feel unless you were me. So I would turn into the white person me at that very moment to maybe enjoy what it's like to be seen. I'm not pointing fingers. This is not an oppressive plea, and this is most certainly not the ballad of woe is me. This is the beginning of my new superpower of having white privilege whenever I want it. So if you're getting a petty crime from the cops like jaywalking, let me do the talking. I'll do the switch up, talk to the cops, and we'll be on our way to some crappy drive-through food faster than you can say white privilege. I remember when I was a kid playing on the Reds, there was other little native kids running around, and I heard one say that the half of them that is white is more than the half of them that is brown. They were proud. You know, it was something to say to take them away from the native way of living. You know, the running around from check to check trying to pay the rent or being branded as savage even though we all drink the same water. You know, maybe I would use my power to avoid being hit in the face with a truck hitch while walking on the side of the road. Or maybe I'd use my power to be able to look at a river and not think about all the missing brothers and sisters. Maybe I'd use my power, if it were power, to dismantle that power. I would turn into the white privileged me, and I would walk into the core of the Illuminati and white supremacy, and I would say, enough is enough. We need to let this go. The planet needs us. The water, the insects, the children. They'd say, what are you talking about? This is about us. This is about our people losing sovereignty. I'd say, man, if it were up to me, I'd let it go. And then I would turn back into me at that very moment, just to see what they'd say. I could already imagine that the silence would be palpable. I could taste the imagery of burning me like an effigy with $5 tiki torches. You know, they say that culture can be invasive, insidious. The moment we try to think of a better place, a culture of hatred and racial division makes its way in. Queen Elizabeth this, Wall Street that, it's whack. So I would turn into the white person me and I would fight back. I would say, I heard a bird sing a song to me that I haven't heard in a while. The lyrics went like this, the hymn went like that. The melody was beautiful, and I felt what it was like to be lesser than. That's what I would do with my white privilege. What about you?